We are bringing distributors and manufacturers engaged in the water and wastewater industry here to DC to advocate for our country's infrastructure.
Water and Sewer Distributors of America is an industry association, a group of manufacturers and distributors that work together.
WASDA is important as an industry-wide organization because we're the professionals. We understand how things go from an idea to being manufactured, to being produced, to being distributed out there.
WASDA members are not only experts in water and wastewater supply chains, but the broader challenges that face the industry. This country is facing trillions of dollars in critical needs for our country's water infrastructure.
The aging infrastructure throughout the United States is not being addressed.
A third of our water system right now is over 35 years old. Another third of that is over 70 years old. In the next 5 years, a third of that jumping into 100 years old mains.
People don't realize that water is a scarce commodity. And we've got some real infrastructure problems that need to be fixed because we're losing water.
It is getting increasingly larger and larger of a problem. There's not enough funding.
You can feel the bumpy road. You can see the rusting bridges. You can't see the water mains, the water service laterals, the sewer lines. You don't see that crumbling underneath.
As WASDA, it's important that we are here to educate Congress as to how important and how much of a need there is for them to invest in this infrastructure.
Right now, our country has taken some steps to repair aging infrastructure. The passage of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act represented one of the first major federal investments in water, wastewater, and stormwater infrastructure in literally decades. But it's not enough, and it hasn't gone according to plan. Right now, we're facing increased costs due to a number of factors. We're seeing the money take longer to get out the door than we'd originally hoped. And I think most critically of all, there are still a lot of questions about how this money is going to be administered and implemented. So there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. And WASDA members are the ones that have those answers. Our folks are the experts in water and wastewater supply chains, and they need to bring that expertise to Congress to help policymakers develop the solutions to these challenges.
I think the ideal outcome is our elected leaders have their eyes opened a little bit to who our organization is and what we do.
You need to be here. If you're not here, you're missing out because somebody else is here asking for money, asking for support.
It's important to get involved right now because there are many issues, legislation, regulations, and education that are all tied into this.
I do feel like it is important for all of us to have access to these resources. We need to have a better understanding of how the government should be working for us.
If WASDA members don't get involved, our industry will continue to struggle for the essential funding that it needs.
If this is the business you're in, you need to be a member of WASDA, because this organization is on the front lines bringing information to our official leaders, to our communities, to our schools.
We're here to support you, because our industry needs to be strong.
We can't sit silently on the sidelines and not engage.
If you are just learning about WASDA, know that you've got the top experts in the country in DC fighting for you. You have the most experienced advocates in DC fighting for you.
If you're at all interested in what's happening in Washington, I encourage you to reach out to me directly or the rest of the WASDA team. There are lots of ways we can get you involved, and we would love to have you with us.